Hey friends, welcome to episode number 90. We are still here in the Battle Chateau, hot off our last victory. So today we are going to catch one legendary Pokemon, and we are also going to do some other fun stuff. Probably not face those guys again. I'll probably face them off screen with Breloom to train her up even further. You can see she's level 90. I'm going for 100 so we can catch a certain legendary Pokemon. But for now, um, so what I did earlier today, or I guess technically yesterday, um, off screen was get 3 of your Pokemon to max EVs. You might remember those are effort values, the kind of hidden stats you get whenever you defeat a Pokemon, whether it's a trainer Pokemon or a wild Pokemon. This is this cavern. Don't need that one. I need this one here. It's island just south of Pacific Log Town, which you can see on the maps all the way back to Gen 3, but only go to in this game, which is kind of cool. And so once you have 3 Pokemon in your party that have max effort values, 5, 10 I think is where you max it out. You can actually, it's cool, you can use, you feel a strong gaze and like something is calling for you. Ooh, very cool. See if there are any items here while we walk towards the legendary Pokemon. Or the portal, rather. I will put my hand deep in the hole. Sure, what could go wrong? Like lose an arm, like, there's been a lot of shows where people lose their arm in interdimensional portals. I think in Fringe it happened, there was more than an arm there. In Infinity War it happened. Alright, so it is Tarakion. And I don't think Tarakion, I think they all have like Justifies their ability, I don't think they have Sturdy. So let's try to put him to sleep. And then Full Sleep is not very effective because Tarakion is fighting in Rock type, but I'm pretty sure my other moves would knock it out being super effective, so not going to use those. And we are 40 levels higher, so that'll definitely help. Alright, on the downside, you know what, we are we are not in a cave and it is no longer nighttime. I'm playing this actually early in the morning, so we'll have to resort to some of our other balls, which I don't come to think of, I'm not sure how many we have, so oops. Hopefully we have more than I think. I guess we have accumulated some Ultra Balls and Great Balls throughout the Let's Play, so those will come in useful now. Just using Spore now, so it can't use up power points, and so it can't, the way it can't pull a Lugia on us. And you never know if it has any recoil moves or whatever else it has. Hopefully nothing like that. That'd be just really obnoxious if they gave it a recoil move, but still. Alright, so yes, what I did was I did a little bit of Eevee training, even though I'm not really trying to do Eevee training for my Pokemon, because it's a Let's Play, so I don't want to really take the time to like wipe out their EVs and do it from scratch. You really don't need to for normal gameplay. In fact, in some ways it might make you a little overpowered. So what I decided to do, I didn't actually realize that Breloom actually has max EVs from all the training I've done with her. Otherwise I would have only maxed out 2 more of them. But it looked like Altaria, Blaziken, and Metagross were the closest ones to having max EVs. Actually, Metagross was really close for some reason. I guess he takes more XP, or more fights to get to the same level. I've done more fights with him. And I'm not really sure why Ava has so many EVs, to be honest with you. I have had her more recently, and I think she levels pretty quickly, so she actually had about the same as Dan, and Dan I've had a lot longer, clearly. So ironically, my 3 physical attackers, and I did do like 1 battle, I think, for physical, maybe 1 or 2, for physical attack EVs, and then I decided, let me go ahead and just do speed EVs, because I feel like speed EVs aren't really going to be game-breaking. Alright, we have plenty of Dust Balls. Do we have, how many Ultra Balls do we have? We have 23. Okay, that's not too bad. Decent odds. So I figured speed EVs or something that's not really game breaking. My Pokemon would be a little bit faster than they otherwise would be, but you know, it's not going to be a huge deal, I don't think. And because I think I probably will start out the Pokemon League rematch at level 58, and then I figure I'll bring some rare candies with me. That way, if it turns out it's just too hard, we can always use some rare candies, and that'll maybe give us the edge we need to make a nearly impossible battle into a challenging battle. But if we go in there, maybe we'll get a challenging battle off the bat, then we won't need to use our candies, which would make it too easy. So we'll go in at, not 58, 68 rather, and see how that goes. Also, I realized this too, I don't think I mentioned this before, but something I've seen in this game, I don't know, I think X and Y might have been the same way, and even to some degree with the Elite Four and Generation 5, um, it's a stupid little thing, but it's something that annoys me about the newer games. Whenever you face a powerful trainer, like an Elite Four member, a gym leader, even your rival, it seems like all their Pokemon are at the exact same level, except their best one, which is 2 levels higher, just to give it a little bit of an edge, which I actually don't like. I like the olden days. Ah, almost got it. Okay. How much more we can do in this episode depends on how quickly we catch this guy, so we'll see. Um, in the olden days, you'd have like a whole like range of. Let's use Spore first, of course. A whole range of levels. So like Lance's team in Red and Blue, I don't really remember what it was, but say it was like what was his best, 62. So maybe it was like 60 for his Gyarados, 57 for his 2 Dragonairs, 59 for Aerodactyl, and 62 for Dragonite, or something like that, where it not only shows you what their best Pokemon is, but it kind of also gives you a sense of which Pokemon are kind of a little bit more important, a little bit more formidable, a little bit more of a challenge, and it gives a little more character and realism to it, which I really like. That having them all at the same level kind of just says like everything is the same, and then I have one good Pokemon. Like having actually deciding like against Claire, I remember she had 3 Dragonair level 37, makes sense, they're all the same Pokemon, and King Jor's level 40. But I think Price was like 27, 29, and 30, so it's kind of like, okay, so, Pilot's Wine is his best, but Dugong is almost as good. It's almost his best, too. So, I don't know, I just like that they added a little bit more character to it, and I really don't like that I'm sure it's easier from a game design standpoint, but really, how big of a deal was it to just assign a couple numbers? There was no, like, penalty for getting it wrong. But, anyway, a pet peeve, like I said, I'm just griping about minor things, but, it's little things like that that make me kind of, like, I don't know, miss the older games. As much as I do like the graphic improvements, the additional storylines, and all the cool stuff they're doing, the cutscenes with the newer games, they're not losing a lot, but they're losing like just enough. Also, apparently, I read that in Gen 8 you cannot turn off the experience share, which is just again that's something else that one actually bothers me a lot more. But I'll complain about that when we get to my Pokemon Sword and Shield Let's Play. I'm sure I'll have to be very careful not to make the game too easy. Um, Luckily, you can still turn it off in Gen 7. It'll be a long time before I get to Gen 8. Come on, Ultra Balls. So anyway, yep, just a little pet peeve of mine. Tarakion is actually a pretty cool Pokemon. Even though it has a lot of weaknesses, it's very good offensively. Rock and Fighting is a very good, are both very good offensive types. And Tarakion is pretty fast, pretty good attack stat. It's a good Pokemon, so you definitely do see it at least occasionally in competitive battling, depending on the format. Of course, we won't be using it, but I do think I will do at some point maybe like a legendary battle, just to show off some of our legendaries we've been collecting against some random trainers, or maybe those guys at the Battle Chateau, or maybe some triple or double battles at the Mauville Diner. I've been training Breloom against those, which is really great. That's why she's gotten up there so fast. And then, of course, all those Ace trainers and other rematch trainers as well. So yeah, the best way to Eevee train in this game, it's actually pretty easy. Because there are horde battles in this game, which I didn't realize the only way to encounter horde battles is to use the move Sweet Scent. Luckily, our Illumise, we caught forever ago, already knows Sweet Scent. I didn't have to like move relearn it or anything like that, so that was really helpful. So I took her to Route 104, the little field behind the berry hut, and there you can find very easily Zigzagoon, Zigzagoon hordes, and thankfully all 3 of my physical attackers knew Earthquake, so it was a simple matter of knocking them out. I think there's also a 5% chance of finding like Wingull or Taillow. I think it's Swellow and Taillow. But we didn't find any of those. I only did maybe like, it wasn't that many battles, maybe 10 tops. Yeah, no more than, I had to use a PP up, so maybe it was more like 15. Not a PP up, a Lepa Berry at one point. And I also did turn on the Experience All, in full disclosure here, because I'm getting very little XP from a level like less than 5 Zigzagoons, so I wasn't really worried about the XP. And it was a quick way to give everybody EVs, which I would have done anyway, so it wasn't really, it wasn't really like cheating in my mind. The reason I don't use the Experience All isn't like a hard and fast rule, it's just because I don't want to get over-leveled, so as long as we're not over-leveled because of it, I'm fine using it for an example like that. Which is the exact sound that is in the text there. Hey, we avoided it, sweet. I will use a potion at some point, but I'm trying to save turns here and hopefully get lucky. So yeah, what was kind of nice too is that my other Pokemon, even my ones that I really wasn't trying to max out in EVs, did get a couple more speed EVs too, Roserade and Melodic, so that might help us as well a little bit against the Elite Four. kind of a way to make us a little bit more powerful without actually just leveling up, which I also could have done. But, you know, that would have increased all of our stats and not just speed. So I'm thinking this way we might be able to get at least an attack off, and even if it's not, you know, a super duper powerful attack from like max Eevee attack training, it'll at least be some damage. So yeah, Slate, Ava, and Ford are all now max EVs, and that they've hit the 510. They're not all allocated, you know, exactly as I'd like. Ford I think is actually pretty fast. I'll check their stats later. Dan didn't get any from the experience all because he was in the PC because I had Illumise with me, so somebody had to stay in the PC. Sorry, Dan. He actually is one of our slowest, so we probably could have used the speed EVs, but that'll make things more interesting, right? He's a fairly sturdy Pokemon, has a lot of health. Not great defenses, but a lot of health, so kind of it works out. Alright, getting a little scared here, so let's go ahead and use an HP Restore. How about a Hyper Potion? I should just do the trick. And come on, Tarakion, be good here. The reason I'm catching Tarakion now is because, so all three of these legendary Swords of Justice, I think they're called. I don't know if they have another name, but Tarakion, Cobalion, and Virizion, I think are their names. I know what they are, like their typings and even some of their moves and all, but the names sometimes escape me. But I'm pretty sure that's right. And then Keldeo is sort of the mythical Pokemon. That's sort of the head, I guess, of this Swords of Justice. Although I think it's actually, I wouldn't say it's the weakest. It does have like two forms as well, but it's actually a pretty cool Pokemon. Water and Fighting type, which is another great attacking type. I consider using one on a competitive team every now and again, but just never actually done it. Usually go with a different water type instead. It does have a lot of weaknesses, unfortunately. Fairy, Flying, Psychic, Grass, Electric. A lot of those are very common offensive moves. But it's a pretty cool Pokemon. As far as mythical Pokemon go, I do like um, Keldeo. But yeah, anyway, so of the three of them, you catch a different one on the island depending on which day of the week it is. Today is technically Tuesday, so I figured I would go ahead and catch this one on Tuesday, and then hopefully Wednesday and Thursday I can catch the other two and not have to wait more than that, because we are getting kind of close to the end of the game. I did... Oh, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, I jinxed it. Not really, because that's not how things work, but um, it certainly feels like it, doesn't it? Alright. 7 Ultra Balls, then we'll have to go to a different ball. I guess Timer Balls might be useful at this point. Maybe I'll use some other ones first, though. On the bright side, it seems like he's not using as many power points. Hey, there we go, as Lugia was. Also, before I go on, I did look up Aeroblast, just to issue, you know how newspapers or news articles issue, like, what do they call those, like revisions? What's it called? It's not a revision, there's a word for it. Corrections. I think they call it corrections. They issue corrections for an article. Well, my correction to my previous episode, or 2 episodes ago, whatever it was, is that Aeroblast is 100 base power, 95% accuracy, and has a high critical hit chance. It's also pretty cool. There are certain moves, and it's one of them, that in a triple battle can affect any Pokemon on the field. They're like long range abilities, which is kind of cool. I like that. But anyway, that's Aeroblast, in case you were wondering. Spoken of in legend, this Pokemon used its phenomenal power to destroy a castle in its effort to protect Pokemon. It's definitely kind of a medieval vibe to these guys. Alright, not the best animation, but there it is. Alright, and Tarakion is back to the PC. Alright, so we have a few things to do today. I think we have about a little more than 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. So I think what I'm going to do, something that I should have done before, but didn't realize that I could do it, let alone how to do it, and that's the SS Tidal. There are actually trainers on the ship, but we didn't face them. I don't really know why. I'm going to assume because we went to the battle resort, and maybe if you go from maybe it's only this the second time you travel on it. That kind of sounds right. I feel like that was the same way with, I don't know. I guess they did have the ship in the original games, maybe. So maybe that's why it sounds right, because you do still go to, it wasn't the battle resort, it was the battle tower, but or I guess the Battle Frontier and Emeralds. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. But alright, I'm not going to change the PC. We'll keep Dan in there for now. But let's do Eve, and I feel like Slate's seen a lot of screen time, but it's okay, he's a cool Pokemon. It's mainly because he just levels slower, I think. Not doing a contest today. We're trying to go to the shipyard, if I can figure out where the shipyard is. I thought it was down here somewhere. Oh, I was right. Hey, look at that. The sign say. Lily Cove City Harbor. Enjoy a delightful cruise on the ferry SS Tidal. Wonder if they changed the sign when the ship became available. Cool. Alright, so let's see if maybe now we can fight some trainers here. I'm gonna go to Slateport City because I'm not sure what triggers the trainers. Like if it's gonna be just the second time you use it or not going to the battle resorts, so I'll just do both at once. This is not a scientific experiment, this is just to get going, so. Hey, there we go. Built to plow through fast running currents. Very cool. Alright, cabin number 2. So we can explore, we can probably find some items here, and hopefully we don't have too many water types. Oh, you know what else I should have done? Maybe I should have done this first. Was go to the move tutors, but oh well, too late now. I'll worry about that later. Are your friends strong? I'd say so. Maybe not physically strong, but strong people, strong personalities. Alright, Rapidash. There we go. That's cool. It'll be an easy knockout for Eve. And we do have Hyper Beam. Maybe not quite as fun as Dragon Pulse, but still pretty fun. Alright, let's use Surf. Yeah, plus with having like the whole... Like, didn't one of my Pokemon like survive a hit with 1 HP or shake off a static? It did something kind of silly from, I guess it's Friendship, which I know I'm saying Friendship is silly, but when Friendship starts affecting mechanics in new ways that I don't really fully understand or know the odds of, it's a new mechanic I don't like, as I've explained before, but I will stop complaining now. Stomp might make us flinch. Don't flinch, Eve, don't flinch. Oh no, he flinched. Luckily it didn't do much damage, so not too worrying. Wild Charge will do actually a lot more, because it's not only super effective in stab, it hits Eve on her lower defensive side. What was I just saying? Oh, so yeah, I think being 58, or 68, I keep saying 58. I think 68 will be really good for facing the Pokemon League. Hopefully going to make some fun battles against the Elite Four and their new Pokemon, and hopefully new movesets as well, and presumably Mega Evolutions as well. I probably should have healed up, but luckily we have Recover. Alright, Rich Boy Garrett, only one Pokemon, and it is a Furfrou. Ooh, a different design, it's kind of cool. Actually, Furfrou's not too bad, I think. I looked at its stats and it was actually, I think, somewhat decent. You know, not great, but like definitely usable. I think I might have actually considered training one at one point, but just because there's not a lot of, I think it's a Gen 6 Pokemon. There's not a lot of Gen 6 Pokemon to choose from. But eventually deciding. Actually, I'm really excited about my my Pokemon Y Let's Play. Kind of unfortunate that there isn't a Pokemon Z, because that'd be ideal for this. But you know, I'm going to be making 2 Let's Plays of the same game. But I really want to train these different Pokemon. And I'm hoping by the time we get there, you know, it'll be probably at least a year from now. Because I need to do Platinum and then Black 2 first. Ouch, knocked himself out. I'll have forgotten a lot more about what happens, so. Alright, Rich Boy Garrett. Like, what's his name? Richard Garrett, he's a rich man, not a rich boy, but also I didn't realize his dad was an astronaut too. He's a commercial astronaut, not a professional one. His dad was a professional one who I think worked on Skylab and the space shuttle, but don't quote me on that. Anyway, okay, we are now going to use some healing citrus berries. Get Eve back to max HP, and we'll keep her in the lead for now. I feel like we haven't used her too much lately. Oh, who is this? Oh, it's Drake. Oh, Mr. Briny. But I thank ye for coming along. Briny, it's like the good old days, having you guide the rudder again after all this time. And it's great to see Pico again, too. Yippee. Oh, look how thrilled Pico is to see her old pal Drake. But no need to keep going on about it, mind you. Ahem. Anyhow, it's a short crossing, so drink it all in, eh? Well then, I'll see you later on. Full speed ahead, Briny. Aye aye, old friend, full speed ahead. It's cool that they're friends. It makes sense, though, both being kind of sailory types. Hey, Mr. Briny, how's it going? Welcome aboard, Owen. They made me honorary captain of this here SS Tidal. You can call me Captain Briny now. He already had a ship, so I guess he was always Captain Briny, right? You know, I retired once before, but when I saw this fine ship launched, let me say it stirred my old sailor's soul. Aye, it did. Alright, very cool. Well, enjoy your ride. I bet that's why we couldn't find him then, because he was on this ship. He's the one who left us the tickets. That's pretty cool. Is this our room? It is. So I guess I didn't need to use the berries, but oh well. Not sure if there are any items in here. Trash can is empty. We should check these though, because leftovers was on a ship once before, so. Alright, well, we're landing, but hopefully they don't kick me off the ship, because I'd like to face some more trainers first. Is there a trash can in his room? Yep, I do see one. Probably not going to use leftovers for anything, but you never know. Might be an opportunity for at some point. I'm actually kind of excited to do like some legendary battling as well, just for something different. Because again, the part I really like most is designing the team. I'm a designer at heart, I guess, but so I'm having really fun kind of thinking about what moves should I teach them using the TMs we've gathered. And a double battle, okay, very cool. It's a bit embarrassing, but we'll show you our crazy and love power. She says the exact same thing. Leah and Jet with Miltank and Tauros. That's very appropriate. Even though they're from different generations, they're often seen as counterparts, being a cow and a bull, and I think having similar stats. One can only be female, one can only be male, so pretty cool. Let's use... I don't really know if I want to use Surf. It's going to affect... Slate as well. I think Tauros can learn Intimidate, or can have the ability to Intimidate, but apparently does not. Maybe I could have used like a combination Surf and Earthquake. We would have hurt each other, but we would have hurt them more. Also, I probably should have doubled up and did the same Pokemon. Oh, I think Miltank might have Thick Fat, so that actually was probably a bad idea. Maybe I will just use Surf next turn. Wake Up Slap, that's not too bad. I think it does more damage if the Pokemon is sleeping, but it does, as the name suggests, wake them up. Okay, so Surf should finish off Tauros, and let's see what a Meteor Mash will do to Miltank. Ooh, Swagger, okay. Well, our chance can be lowered because of Clear Body, but they can be increased, thankfully. So if this Meteor Mash hits, it'll definitely be a knockout for Miltank. Well, clearly it would have anyway, after that Surf. But it will also do more damage if we hit ourselves. Luckily, Metagross has pretty high defenses, so still did a decent amount there. More than I thought it would, but I guess it has a pretty high attack as well. Alright, on the bright side, just because I'm a little bit wary of Thick Fat, let's try Hyper Beam. 90% accurate, which doesn't seem like a lot in Pokemon, because it always seems like moves miss more than they're supposed to, but I can guarantee you, if you did a scientific study, they would miss exactly as much as they're... Unless there's a coding error or something, which I don't think there is. They would do exactly as much as they're supposed to. In fact, I would imagine that the accuracy on the... I sleep in their bed? No, that'd be awkward anyway. Oh, they have different beds, that's sad. Ooh, what's in the book? Can I read the book? No, I cannot read the book. Oh well. Thank you for the battle. Let's heal up and then we'll head on. Alright, what was I going to say? About, I was thinking about moves, accuracy. I would imagine that the accuracy that's displayed is actually the real accuracy of the move, like drawn directly from the code, but I could be wrong, maybe it's manually typed. Something I know in my job we try very much to avoid is when you use a computer program to make drawings, you want it to be smart. If you show a dimension, you want it to be the actual dimension in the 3D model, not overriding it with a number that you can type in, because then if something changes, that can lead to mistakes, and mistakes clearly are bad and sometimes costly. Alright, back to a good old single battle, so now we're free to use Surf again. Maybe after this one I'll trade off our Pokemon for somebody else. Maybe Lily or Ford, we'll see. Since this should bring Eve up to 59 and change. Another Delcatty. Pokefan must really like Delcatty. Alright, so what else do I have to talk about here? Oh, I did look up, in case you guys were curious, I'm sure you were. We have 63 Pokemon in our national Pokedex, so next time, I guess 64 now, we've caught Tarakion. It's up before this episode, so next time we catch a Pokemon, that'll be something I can plug into the calculator to find out what exactly our odds are. I do like that. That's actually a change I kind of like. As long as they don't overdo it, I like that catching more Pokemon gives you a little bonus. It actually means something in the game. And it's only for catching Pokemon, so it's not like, you know, it doesn't affect the battle. It doesn't increase your accuracy or anything dumb like that. But I do like how it affects the catch rate. Alright, let's bring out Lily. If I can open the door. I'm an adorable trainer. Tea or a battle? How about a battle? I'm not really a tea guy. Always just tastes like really watered down juice or something. It just doesn't have a strong enough taste for me. But hey, if you like tea, more power to you. That's what's cool about life. There's so many different things for different people. Also, not really a coffee fan. Just never really. I mean, I'll drink it sometimes, but um, not really a big fan of it. I'd rather have like hot chocolate, which has more taste in my opinion. Um, Probably not as good for you, but or probably worse for you, I should say. I'm not sure coffee. It has health pros and also health cons, so probably is a wash in the end. But definitely not one of those types that has to have their coffee every morning, which I don't want to be because I feel like then you get addicted to caffeine, and then if you don't get your coffee, you're grumpy. So much better and much healthier just to get a good night's sleep. Not that I do that, but in theory, I would like to. Child, did you knock on the door? Oh, I don't think I did. I think I just barged in. How rude. Gentleman Thomas. And his Braviary. Very cool. I trained a Braviary in my first Gen 5 playthrough of Pokemon White. Very cool Pokemon. I like it. It's very America. It is a normal and flying type. We are going to use Sludge Bomb. It's a normal and flying type, but unlike most normal and flying types, it actually has really good stats. Even decent defenses, I think. So it's a cool Pokemon. It has good moves it can learn too, I'm pretty sure. You don't catch it until much later in the game, unfortunately, but definitely recommend training one. If you're so inclined. Alright, so the poison wasn't quite enough to knock it out, but second Sludge Bomb is. A59. Moving right along. And I'm glad they're at level 70, not level 60, the Pokemon League that is, because otherwise it'd be really hard to keep my Pokemon from becoming over level. I'd almost have to use like legendaries or something just to share the XP. Alright, so we have one more cabin and then some other decks to explore. Hi, I'm not acting suspicious. You can have this for free. It's totally legal. TM63 Embargo. Bit of a pun on the word embargo there. Prevents the target from using its hell item. Um, it's not one of those ones you're going to see very often. I wouldn't recommend using it because, I mean, how often do your opponents even have hell items? Now, I wonder if, I guess you can't use it against a Megastone. One, it might not even work against a Megastone, but even if it did, you wouldn't have a chance to use it. Oh, speaking of Megastones, because they would probably Mega Evolve on the first turn. Oh, a Blastoise Knight. Very cool. Actually not a big fan of Mega Blastoise. I kind of like, oh, Wailord and Wailmer. Spotting. Very cool. Kind of like regular Blastoise better. Just making sure none of these folks are trainers. Weird old guy at the front of the ship. Did watch the episode where Ash faces Drake and obviously gets pretty badly beaten being an Elite Four member. Put him back in his place. Oh, it's you. How about it? How's the old SS Tidal treating you? I can tell from the sea breeze on my skin that my old friend has still got it. Good. Well, he's the honorary captain, so I don't know if he's actually piloting, but maybe they'll give him a shot at the wheel. Alright, well, let's head downstairs then and see what's there. Hopefully some more trainers. Making sure that guy's not a trainer. Aha, you look like a trainer. Oh, it's a local kid. Hello, me from Unova region. Me no talk pretty, you understand? Sure. And Sharpbeak, oh that's cool. I actually could have used that for Rayquaza, because he has Dragon Descent, which despite its name is actually not a Dragon type move, it's a Flying type move. Which is kind of cool. Alright, so I was looking for Sharpbeak, but I didn't have it yet. So maybe I'll give that to him if I do more battling with Rayquaza. Quillfish, actually Quillfish in one of those double battles came fairly close to defeating my team and breaking my win streak there. Let's use Petal Dance. But the trouble is, like, I couldn't use Petal Dance against the Quillfish there because I might have attacked my allied Pokemon. It was down to Lily and Ava, and I think luckily, and Ava's not very effective with Return, so I had to use Earthquake, I think, and I damaged Lily as well. But luckily I didn't knock out Lily, and I did defeat Quillfish with it, so it worked out okay, but I was a little scared for a minute there, off screen. Yeah, so that's what I should talk about, is what I'm going to do with the Battle Chateau. I think what I'm probably going to do, so as you guys can tell, my team is not really made for double and triple battles, and I could probably teach them different moves, and or I could train up a different team entirely, but I don't want to get into all that. I'm kind of at the point where I'm still enjoying the Let's Play. I'm really excited about what's coming up next, but I don't want to really like drag things out unnecessarily. It's already been, what, 90 episodes? At this rate, we might hit 100. It's going to be close, maybe just shy. But yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is, and I don't know how I'm going to divide up into the episodes yet, but in terms of what I want to do, I think I'm going to do the um, the regular mode to the first battle chatelaine in each of the 5 categories. So we've already done double battles. Check that one off. I'll do it in the other 4 types as well, even multi-battle. I probably could get a friend to do it with me, which might be cool, but it's going to be a hassle to. Cause I have to go in the other room, and then I don't have my computer there, so actually that would be almost impossible. I need my computer to record this, so and the Wi-Fi might DC. I'm not going to bother with that for sure. But you can choose from all different people to battle with you. You can choose Steven, um, Archie, or Max. I think it's only the one 4-year version though, so in our case it would be Archie, Wally, or your rival. Not sure who I'm going to choose. If I was doing this in like real time, I would do like a I would do a what do you call it? A poll. Making sure something. Ooh, what's this? Leftovers. They weren't in a trash can, but they were on board. Okay, that's a cool prize. Like I said, I won't be using it right away, but yeah, I might give it to if I have like a bulkier legendary I'm using or something. I also have 1 or 2 other little surprises that I want to do something special. But yes, I'm going to do the normal mode for each of them, and then I do want to get to a streak of 50 with one of them. And I'm going to do single battles because our team is meant for single battles. So that'll be the easiest one to get to. Captain Stern, that was a very fine ride. So thank you for. I guess he's the captain, but not actually on the ship. Not sure. Maybe he's letting Mr. Bryant take over this one voyage. But anyway, that was fun. Got some more training. Saw some different Pokemon. I enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys did too. So I'm going to do a little bit more talking for the next minute or so about kind of my plans for the rest of the Let's Play, just very vaguely. There'll be little things here and there to shake things up, I'm sure. But if you guys don't want to be spoiled at all or don't want to know anything about what happens next, then go ahead and just end the episode here. But I did look up the most powerful trainer in the game, which I'm about to spoil. If you don't want to hear it, then move on now. Um, but it turns out there is a trainer that's more powerful even than Steven in the rematch, and I haven't seen his team, but that trainer is Wally. So what happens is if you beat anything in the Battle Chateau 50 times in a row, or which I guess means the Super Battle Leagues, like the second Battle Chatelaine, that's what I assumed it meant. You can then fight Wally again. And I think, if I was reading it correctly, the first time you face Wally, his team is more kind of, I don't know what levels, but more kind of the level you are right now. And we'll see. If it ends up being super hard, then I can always come back later. And then I think if you beat him that time, then he'll randomly appear in the lobby of the Battle Chateau from that point forward with a super powerful team. And I don't know if that means just the same team but much higher levels. That would be my guess. But it could also mean maybe different Pokemon, different moves. He already has his Mega Evolution. It's a pretty good one, so I'm not sure he's going to change that around. But I guess we'll see. It's funny because I think I would argue that Mega Gardevoir is probably more powerful than Mega Glade because I don't think Mega Glade has a good ability and it's just a little more weaknesses, I think. Whereas Mega Gardevoir is pretty strong. So I almost wish he had a Mega Gardevoir still, or a Gardevoir still, but I can totally understand having Glade. That's still pretty cool. So, and it's still a formidable Pokemon. It's fast and it's powerful. It's just not as good defensively. And it doesn't have a good stab psychic attack. Whereas, as you can see from, well, you fight one in Pokemon X, for example, uh, a Mega Gardevoir can be very formidable. In fact, that one didn't even have the best moves it could know, and it was still quite a challenge. So imagine it with having actually the best moves. To take advantage of its ability pixelate, just like our Ava does. But my general plan is I'm going to do the Battle Chateau, some more legendary catching, and then a few kind of fun things like using some legendary Pokemon and a couple little battles here and there we haven't done yet. So yeah, I'll do that. I might do some repeat battles against like those 5 trainers, but the ones at the battle resort just have somebody to face against, and they're pretty formidable. And they rotate their Pokemon out, so we might actually see some Pokemon we haven't seen before by rematching them. A couple little things here and there. I guess I'll decorate my secret base off screen and show that off real quickly. But other than that, we're pretty much tying things up. So that's kind of the stuff I'm going to do. Then I'll train up our team, maybe off screen a little bit, until they're all level 68. We will take on the Pokemon League in a rematch. Once we do that, we will face Lugia again, because Lugia will respawn after that. And then there's a few legendaries we can only catch after we have caught Lugia and have it in our party. So I'll do that. And then we'll face Wally one more time in our final confrontation. So that's pretty much the game plan. And I don't know. I don't know if we'll do 10 episodes or not. I might try to drag it out for 10 more episodes just to see if we can get to 100. That'd be pretty cool. But we'll see how much it kind of naturally takes and go from there. So yeah, anyway, that is it for right now. I should probably get a little bit more sleep before work. I did sleep probably 8 hours or close to it already. But And that was a few hours ago, so we'll see. But I'm kind of awake now, so maybe I'll do another episode. But yeah, regardless, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you're very excited about the home run here, the grand conclusion of our Let's Play, and hopefully you stay tuned. See you all then.